The King's Secret to a Worry-Free Life. Do you know why the same work can feel like a heavy burden one day and light as a feather the next? This story will change how you see responsibility. Follow the following short story on the Mindful Parenting channel to find the answer. Long ago, there was a kingdom full of peace and prosperity. People lived happily under the king's rule. One year, a terrible famine struck. Crops dried up because there was no rain. Farmers couldn't pay taxes, and soon the king's treasury started to run out of money. The king became worried. How will I manage the kingdom's expenses? He thought. Even after the famine ended and life returned to normal, the king couldn't stop worrying, kept thinking. What if famine comes again? What if my ministers betray me? What if enemies attack? These thoughts stole his sleep and appetite. One day, a wise man visited the palace. The king shared his troubles and asked for advice. The wise man said, "The root of your worry is that you feel everything depends on you. Why not hand over the throne to your son?" The king replied. "But my son is only 5 years old. That's impossible." The wise man smiled. "Then give the throne to me. Let me carry your burden." The king, desperate for peace, agreed and handed over the throne. The wise man then asked, "What will you do now?" The king said. "Maybe I'll start a business," the wise man asked. "With what money? The treasury belongs to me now." The king thought for a moment. "Then I'll find a job." The wise man said, "Why not work for me? I'll live in a hut, and you can stay in the palace and manage the kingdom for me." The king agreed. From that day, he ruled the kingdom as if it were just his job, not his burden. A few days later, the wise man returned and asked, "How are you now? Sleeping well? Eating well?" The king smiled. "Yes, I eat well and sleep peacefully, but I don't understand why." "I'm doing the same work as before," the wise man said. "Earlier, you carried the weight of the kingdom on your mind. You thought everything was yours, so every problem became your burden. Now, you see it as your duty, not your possession. It's why you feel free." The story of the king teaches us more than just how to handle stress. It offers timeless wisdom for life and parenting. Here are some powerful lessons we can take away. 1. Worry comes from attachment, not responsibility. When the king thought everything belonged to him, every problem felt like a burden. Parenting insight. Teach children that doing their best is enough. They don't need to control everything. This builds resilience and reduces anxiety. 2. Duty brings peace. Burden brings stress. The king's work didn't change, but his mindset did. Seeing work as duty freed him from worry. Parenting insight. Show kids that chores and schoolwork are part of life, not punishments. Frame them as contributions, not burdens. 3. Fear of what if steals today's joy. The king lost sleep worrying about future famines and conspiracies. Parenting insight. Help children focus on the present. Instead of fearing failure, encourage them to enjoy learning and growing. For letting go doesn't mean giving up. When the king handed over the throne, he didn't stop working, he worked with a lighter heart. Parenting insight. Teach kids that asking for help is strength, not weakness. It's okay to share responsibilities. 5. Perspective changes everything. The same job felt heavy before and light after. The difference was in the king's thinking. Parenting insight. Model positive language at home. Instead of saying I have to cook, say I get to make a meal for my family. Kids learn mindset from us. 6. Control is an illusion. King believed he could control famine, ministers, and enemies, but he couldn't. Parenting insight. Teach kids to focus on what they can control: their effort, attitude, and kindness, not on outcomes. 7. Peace comes from purpose, not power. The king found peace when he worked for duty, not for ownership or fear. Parenting insight. Encourage children to find meaning in what they do, not just rewards. Praise effort and values, not just results. Have you ever felt like your responsibilities were too heavy to carry? How do you deal with stress and worry? Share your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your story. And if you enjoy life lessons like this, hit that subscribe button and join our mindful parenting community. Thank you. Bye-bye.